Hey guys, welcome to the 10th episode of Mock Advice with Cal and Ben. This week's episode is Rakshi, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Quick few announcements. If you like Mock Advice, you will definitely like the Galata Report. Link to it above me. It's a great show, you'll definitely enjoy it. And next week's episode, our theme for that, and this is a little confusing, so bear with me, is robots. Basically, if it's not part of the Barnacle storyline, has no emotions, and pretty much isn't an actual Barnacle, it's just using Barnacle pieces and is a robot, send us that. But we don't expect a lot of mocks to be requested with this complicated theme, so please do send us requests to non-canon character builds. However, people who do send us the actual robots request will get higher preference over the people who send us the non-canon characters thing, so bear that in mind. Anyway, we will happily take both. Alright, that's pretty much it for announcements. Shall we start off with Callan telling us what mocks we will review?
Alright, so today's mocks are Xena by Toa Nikra, Rakshi by Benjamin Newitt, and Chibi Rakshi by Kronos Omega. Alright, so I will start off with Xena.
Alright, so here is Xena, secondary self-mock of Toa Nikra. She has a very nice overall look. Her lower legs are pretty well armored. But the best part about the mock, in my opinion, is that awesome shoulder design. It looks like it might be a little loose, but it is apparently very tight, and it looks very nice. Only thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that there's mostly black on the lower waist. I think if she could put a little more Keet Orange there, that would look great. Overall, a great mock by Nikra. I look forward to seeing more. Alright, Ben, on to you.
You know, overall, I really like this mock. It's got a very, very nice torso design. Great use of Motonui's helmet there. Also, the shaping of the torso has been done very well. Speaking of which, she hasn't given the very stereotypical feminine things that people do, like high heels and all that. She's just subtly given it a few feminine things, and it works very well. I really like how she's done that. Another thing that I also like, even though you can't actually see how she's connected it to the back of the waist, her use of that tail piece is very nice, because I've seen a lot of people use that tail in a bad way. They just sort of stick it on the back of the waist, and it just looks really weird. But no, in some of those pictures it looks really cool, so I applaud her on her pretty good use of that. The only thing that bothers me is the silver arm that she's got. I think that this is meant to be a robotic arm, but it is a little hard to distinguish. I think that what could be good is with all the black that's there on the silver part, I think maybe if she replaced that with silver and possibly gave her like fingers on that to make it seem very different and identify it like as soon as you see it that, oh, that's a robotic arm, I reckon that would look good. But no, other than that, I have very little critique with this mock. It looks awesome. Great work.
Alright, now we're moving on to Rakshi by Benjamin Newitt, which looks like it's supposed to be modeled after a Rakshi from the first Bionicle movie, Mask of Light. And overall, he does that very well. It looks really cool. Best part about it, although this is not very reminiscent of the movie, are those giant spines on his back. They look really, really cool. The only thing that kind of bothers me is that the hands could use some clawed fingers to complete the evilish look. But other than that, he's really cool. And definitely a good mock by Benjamin. Well done.
This is a brilliant Rakshi mock. Probably one of my favorites. I really like the overall kind of like mindless robot look that he's given this Rakshi. Because a lot of people forget that Rakshi are just Krata inside a robotic shell. They've got no emotions. They've got no personality or gender. They're mindless robots. And I think that's conveyed pretty well with this mock. Something I like a lot, and probably one of my favorite parts of this mock, other than the spine, is that weapon that he's given the Rakshi. Even though it's not the sort of traditional sort of slim and kind of small staff, it works very well with this mock, and I love how that looks. I don't have too many cons with this, but I think maybe he could work a little bit more on the lower legs and the upper legs. They just seem a bit too simple compared to everything else, and I don't really think they fit as well as they could. But yeah, other than that, very little critique. It's awesome.
Alright, so now on to our final mocks, the Chibi Rakshi by Kronos Omega, Ben and I are going to share these, so I'm going to start off with the brown one. Alright, so the brown one's name is Mara. It is a Rakshi of Magma, and he looks pretty cute and cool. I like the color scheme. The red and brown is not something commonly seen, and it looks pretty nice. The only thing that's kind of bothers me is the dark gray in the color scheme. It's not really visible on the legs, even though it's there. But the upper arms, it's really out there, and if he could replace that with a brown hand, it would look much better. So, overall, he's pretty cool. On to Ben with Cyrock.
Yeah, he's a very cute little mock. I really like him. He's got a really nice piece uses the copper arm, and the spine looks really nice how he's done that. I also really like the colour scheme and just the overall look he's given this cute little guy. He's turned out really well. Oddly enough, I didn't think I'd like that foot design, but I don't know, it really suits the mock rather well, and I like it. I don't know why, it just looks really good. My con, though, is I do think he should possibly use the Mutta Blue Rakshi head there instead of the Metru Blue one, just because it'll fit the colour scheme a lot better. Other than that, no, not much more I can add. He's very cute, very awesome. So now the final Chibi Rakshi, Pyrock. Overall, he's a very cute little guy. Really like the spine design on this guy. And also the staff has turned out rather well on him.
Only thing about this little guy that Ben and I don't really like is the fact that the arms are pretty bare and very black. And so if he could make them more dark red or magenta yellow, that would look really nice.
Yeah, overall, all these Chibi Rakshi are very cute and very awesome. Really like them. Alright, that's basically it. Remember to go back to the start and re-listen to the next week's topic for requesting. If you do get confused with that and have any queries, do feel free to ask below. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, all that. Hope you have a good day. I'm Ben Cossey.
And I'm Cal LOF.
See you guys.
Bloopers!
Alright, so this one is Merak. He's a cute little guy. He's got a nice color scheme of red and Mutta brown. Stupid color scheme.
Hey guys, welcome to Mock Advice. I think maybe he could replace the Metru Blue head with the Mutta Blue head. But other than that, I really don't have much else critique. Is that right?